feel like your stuff owns you rather than the other way around? It's not that bad, really. In today's video, we're going to dive into the life-changing approach to decluttering that's not just about tidying up, but creating a more stressless environment for you to live in. I'm currently trying the Swedish Death Cleaning, and I can honestly tell you, it's been interesting. So let's get into it. Hello friends, welcome back. If you are new here, my name is Lorianne, and on this channel we talk about life after 50 or over 50 and what it means to live life that's best for you. And I'm going to give you an update on the Swedish. And I'm going to give you an update on the Swedish Death Cleaning Challenge that I proposed, what's working, what's not working, or what's been challenging. And then we're going to actually explore a couple other decluttering methods that may work better, not only for me, but maybe for you too. First, let's talk about Swedish death cleaning, or I don't need, you know what, I'm not even going to try the Swedish. I should. I'm actually Swedish in my family's ancestry. It's not as morbid as it sounds. The idea is actually quite simple. You intentionally declutter your home so that your loved ones don't have to after you're gone. It's about organizing your life and reflecting on what truly matters, and then letting go of the excess. So in the last video, I was sharing with you how I got started making a place in the garage, setting aside some boxes, and I started at it. I started with furniture, which was relatively easy. And in my situation, if you're not aware of it, my dad recently died. We have been cleaning, my siblings and I have been cleaning his home, and it is almost finished. It's taken us almost 2 months to get his house clean. The moving truck is taking the last of the furniture. There is some furniture pieces that I am keeping because I'm moving from a 3-bedroom house with a big yard to a townhouse, 1 bedroom, 1 den, but it has a family room, which I'm not used to having. So I'm going to keep some of their furniture, but I'm having to get rid of some of my pieces. So the furniture side of it has already been taken care of. I'm able to get rid of some things. I've sold a couple pieces already. I'm going to post a couple more on the Facebook Marketplace, but only for a little while, and then the junk truck is just going to take some. I've also contacted a restoration company that will take really good wood pieces, furniture, which I have. I've already had 1 donation truck come, and I've got another donation truck coming in another week, 2 weeks. The clothes were easy, and honestly, I can't completely declutter my clothes because I'm still working. I have what I call the work clothes, and then I have my casual stuff. And honestly, with clothing, I've been able to declutter that almost every year. And one of the methods that I've tried with clothing is that I have taken my hangers, hung everything backwards, and then when I've used that item, I've turned the hanger the right way. This has actually worked for me because it was very easy after about 6 months seeing what I wasn't wearing. And you know, yes, you're going to have some seasonal clothes in your closet, but these were items that I would normally wear all year, and I wasn't wearing them. They were gone. So I've been able to do my linens as well. I've got just a couple now. I got rid of a bunch of towels to the point where I might need to buy a couple, and that's one of the challenges. You don't want to declutter in order to buy. That's what I'm finding. One of the challenges that I'm already coming up against, and you saw in a little bit of a clip right near the beginning, is that I'm now into the more personal things. I'm into my office. Some of my school stuff I'm still teaching. I'm not ready to part with, not yet. That's been a challenge. There's some personal items in there. I've also taken a few personal items of my dad's and my mom's. I have taken them, and now they're part of my collection. I have to work on that. I've still got a lot of my mom's photos. I am the family historian currently. I do have a nephew that's interested, so that's another story, but I've got family history type projects, and so I've got a huge accumulation of photo books right now that I've got to get through. but it's not a project that I'm doing right now. So that's where my challenge is with a Swedish death cleaning. I'm having problems letting go of certain things. And first of all, I want to stop and say thank you for all the amazing comments on the previous video. There were so many great ideas, and many of you are willing to declutter, but you're concerned about personal items, and I feel you. I get this. I feel the exact same thing with some things. Other things have just been easy, but like I said, right now, where between decluttering and packing, I'm not quite ready to give up some things. So let's just stop for just a minute and talk about feeling overwhelmed, because that's what I've been feeling. I've been feeling overwhelmed, not to the point of tears, though they still could come. Our certain items hold memories. And for some of us, that's a challenge. That's a challenge for me. I look at certain things and there's a memory there, and I'm not ready to let go of that object yet. I remember hearing a prayer about if God asks you to do something and you really don't want to do it, what do you pray at that point? And the prayer that I remember them teaching us was not saying, no, I don't want to do this, but saying, I'm willing to be made willing to do this. That's what I'm doing. That's my approach right now to looking at some of these items that I'm not willing to let go of. And I'm getting a little bit of almost anxiety, going, I don't know if I can give this up right now. It's okay, Lord, I'm not willing at the moment, but I'm willing to be made willing. So maybe in 6 months, maybe in a year, I revisit that item and see what happens with that. And I'll let you know how that works out. But if you are new to decluttering, start with items that are not so personal. When you start with personal stuff, it really is hard. It really is. So start with those non-personal items. Like for me, that was clothes, the bathrooms, the linens, some kitchen stuff. Those areas have been pretty good. Books has been a slow process, but it is an ongoing process. I have school books, and then I have my university books, which I've actually been able to get rid of probably 95 to 97% of them. And then I have books that I've just really enjoyed reading, but I've been slowly whittling them down every year. For most of us, there's no rush to be doing some of these things. So if one room you're able to declutter, but the next room you're not, don't beat yourself up over it. Just do what you can. So basically start with your non-personal items and then work in small areas. And there was a couple people sharing about mobility issues. If mobility issues are something that is a challenge for you, then again, start with some smaller things. Maybe you can have a friend come over if you can't get a family member, and just ask if they'd be willing to come over for an hour and help you. Again, with a small area. Don't tell them you're decluttering the whole house. Start with something small. And if Swedish death cleaning isn't your thing, do not worry about it. There are so many other approaches. So let's quickly talk about some of the different approaches. I'm going to share with you 4 different declutter methods. They're all there's lots available books and videos here on YouTube that you can look at. I'll just give you my 2 cents on some of them. The first one is the Marie Kondo method. I think she was personally from the years that I've heard about decluttering, but she is one of the people that I think has really brought attention to decluttering. When I remember reading her book, and she suggests only keep things that spark joy. I didn't quite agree with that, to be honest, because I'm actually a practical person, and my kitchen stuff for the most part doesn't spark joy. It just sparks functionality. It's practical. This is what I need. It does a job. I'm keeping it. It doesn't spark joy. There's clothing that doesn't spark joy, but it's, I need to have pants with pockets because I'm always got keys on me when I'm at school or things like that. So there's a practicality and functionality with things that are in my life. Maybe that's in your life too. But for me, it doesn't spark joy. I don't get that kind of feeling with certain things, but I need those things. So Marie Kondo's method didn't quite work for me. I watched a show on Netflix a couple years back. I think it was during the pandemic. It was called The Minimalists. I don't know. Let me know down below if you saw this. And it was quite interesting. I thought some of their stuff was pretty good, but there was other things. Again, the practicality of some of it to me didn't work for my life per se. But one of the challenges that they have suggested is what's called the minimalist game. So day 1, you declutter one thing. Day 2, 2 things. Day 3, 3 things, right? Day 4, 4 things. That almost sets me in a little bit of a panic, thinking, oh, wait a second, I got to get to 20 or day 25 or day 30, right? And I don't think I want to do it. But if you've done it, let me know down below. I'd love to hear about it. That one, like I said, it gives me a little bit of, There's also another one, just thinking of that one, where you just take 5 minutes a day or 10 minutes a day or 15 minutes a day and you just declutter. I honestly don't want to declutter every day. I really don't. Especially right now with moving and, doing all that stuff and downsizing. I don't want to have to declutter every day. I am a tidy and somewhat organized person, and I'm okay with a little bits of mess here and there. I don't have to have everything spotless. My mom, different. I feel like if I'm being told I need to declutter every day for 5 to 15 minutes, I feel like, oh no, there's just another task that I got to do every day. And I don't want to do that. There's another one called the 4-box method. And I've done this one, and it's very similar with Swedish Death Cleaning, that you set up your 4 boxes, and they are keep, toss, donate, and relocate. And this is something that I started doing a couple years back. And with teaching, teachers' classrooms can be unbelievable with stuff. And I have a teaching partner, and one of the things that I say over and over and over again is, if it doesn't have a home, make a home for it or get rid of it. That's what I've been slowly doing with my house. If I don't have a home for something, it goes. I have no problem donating a couple boxes almost every season to our donation trucks. I kind of like decluttering seasonally, right? That's why I don't like that at 5 minutes every day. The last one I want to talk about is from the Minimalists again. And I had to write it down because I was like, oh, this is something I want to think about. And it's called the 20-20 rule. Let me know if you've done this one. They say this one's perfect for those just in case items. And I know a couple people commented about they didn't want to declutter something that they might need. So the 20-20 rule is, can I replace it for $20 or less? And can I replace it in 20 minutes or less? And if the answer is yes, get rid of it. This really applied is the junk drawer. My parents, when we were cleaning out their house, they had 2 junk drawers. Okay, I'm one. So most of the items that are affordable and easy, so sorting through a drawer of random cords or tools, old chargers, things like this. So the just in case. Nowadays, power cords are very cheap. You can get them at the dollar store, you can get them on Amazon, you can just get them. So that's the 20-20 rule. If you have items that are really meaningful to you, there is nobody here telling you you have to get rid of them. This is between you and your life, okay? But by saying that, I'm saying just you need to honor your memories. The grieving process of a family member, I think part of what's helped me go through the grieving process is honoring my dad and thinking about the wonderful times. And sometimes I just look, there's a photo. I was writing his obituary, and I found a really nice picture of him, and I just looked at it, and I just wanted to honor my father and just enjoy that moment. And I think that's what's really happened. I think that helped me, and it continues. I mean, you still get those waves of sadness and whatever, but they're less right now. And I know it's only been a couple months, but I'm already looking at his things in a sense of honoring his memory. And I think that's the phase I'm in right now. And maybe you're in that phase too, where you just want to honor the memory that is associated with that object. That's your decision. Just give yourself grace with things. And sometimes we just need time to have with that object. Life isn't about our objects. So whether you're going to do Swedish death cleaning or you're going to declutter some other way, it's still about creating a home that doesn't feel stressful, that is calming and peaceful, within reason, of course, and that it matches your values in life. This is, so far, this declutter journey, it's made me think of some things that I didn't think about before. And, again, how I view certain objects. And I'm very thankful for this. It's not over. I still got to move and downsize and all that other stuff in the next month. And I will share one more video after I get moved in about decluttering and everything. But it's really been a rewarding experience. We'll see you next time.